Sweet. So now, through this journey of my own journey with weight loss, the reason why I do double digit coaching, where I feel like I'm very qualified to help ladies over 100 kilos, was watching my mum through her journey. She was 150 kilos and she always struggled with her weight, did all the diets under the sun, everything like that. And, you know, usually habits are passed down and obesity is passed down, not usually by genetics. Genetics can have a small effect. However, it's the habits and the rituals that are usually passed down. Now, then I went through life struggling with my weight, lose it, put it on, lose it, and put it on, lose it, and put it on. And it was only when I realized kindness. Kindness was the only way to keep the weight off long term. What we've been told in the fitness industry or the weight loss industry is that there's something wrong with us, that we have to lose weight quickly in 6 weeks. It's like celebrated. I've lost 6 kilos in 2 weeks. I'm amazing, fast results. But that leads to restriction and binge. And everyone does it. Like pretty much everyone in fitness does it with bodybuilders, personal trainers. They all preach this kind of lifestyle. And what I realized was that this is not sustainable at all. And beating ourselves up and having this toxic relationship with food is just going to destroy us. And it nearly destroyed me. And when I laid back all the layers of it all, is that for my first weight loss journey, it actually happened by accident, me losing weight. What happened was I fell in love with something, and that was football. It was the first ever love that I ever had, and that's soccer, soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. I know in Australia, there's Australian rules, and they call that football. And sometimes people in New Zealand call football rugby, which I don't agree with. But anyways, so and then I fell in love with it, and then that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to just play sports, and so I would eat slightly better because I'm like, oh, if I eat bad food, it's gonna wreck my performance. And then all of a sudden, I've lost all this weight. I'm getting compliments left, right, and center. And then it want me to be a personal trainer to help other people who were struggling with their weight and for them to fall in love with sports and everything like that. However, during the way, the toxicity came in that to be a personal trainer, you have to be either muscly, skinny, all these types of stuff. So it really messed with my head. And for me to feel that I was good enough, that I had to jump on these diets. And then that's when the toxicity started happening. And I feel like a lot of ladies go through these same challenges that they don't feel good enough, and then they jump on these diets, and then they yo-yo for years, muck up the metabolism, and then they have a very negative outlook on weight loss, on fitness, and on themselves. And so I talked about kindness a few months ago, and it was a topic called kindness gets shit done. And this is really important, right? Being kind to yourself and enjoying the process. And it was very interesting in the weekend, and I can't remember the entrepreneur's name, but he created like these type of blue chips, and apparently it's like a company that's going to overtake Apple. I can't remember its names, but he said his success, and I think he's from Japan, and he said his success was that he didn't care, right? He didn't actually care, and he didn't put so much pressure on themselves. In Asian culture, they put heaps of pressure on themselves to succeed. They stress, you know, extremely poor mental health. Like in Japan, it's got one of the biggest suicide rates in the world. And because they put so much pressure and stress onto themselves. And his superpower was that I like this. I don't really care about the results, but I'm just going to enjoy this and build this company. And now he's overtaking one of the biggest tech companies in the world. So if we could get in that state where we can control our mindset to enjoy the process, then it's going to be so much easier. And it came to me last year where I noticed where I put on a little bit of weight, and I was just like, and I put on weight very easily. And I was like, far out, why is this happening again? It's happened again. I've put on weight. Like, why is this happen? And then it kind of realized that I'm stuck in this cycle of restrict and binge. Everything that I'm preaching to my clients, I'm not actually doing it. And so what I decided to do was like stuff the diet, stuff the pressure. I'm just going to concentrate on enjoying the journey. And what do I really want to get into? What am I interested in? And then one of my really close friends was getting into powerlifting, and he was doing amazing with powerlifting. And I was like, you know what? That's up my alley. It's in the gym. It's not focusing on building muscle. It's more strength, which I care more about. I actually I like the look of this. And then I started doing it, and I started improving. And I've been doing it ever since. And it's been a year or a year and a half, and absolutely loving it. And then all of a sudden, I'm losing weight, building muscle, and everything that I wanted happened as a byproduct of just enjoying it, right? Then I want to eat better because, again, just like I did when I was younger playing soccer, I don't want bad food to wreck my performance. And so when you change the frame of your mind, then you change the game, and then you're just kind to yourself. Okay. And and talk to yourself, right? And address yourself with compassion. Okay. And a lot of people think like tough love is what they need, but honestly, it's not. It's showing ourselves that self-love and self-compassion. And it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like, as I said before, how you talk to your best friend, right? Even a really cool activity to do is write, the person that you love the most, or your best friend, and write them their name down. And then what you can do from there is give them the advice that you would give them, right? With compassion. Be compassionate to that person, and that same compassion you do for them, okay? And a lot of people think like is discipline and kindness can't live together, but kindness is actually discipline. You have to, especially the way that we've been brainwashed through, the toxicity of the weight loss industry, it actually takes discipline to be nice to ourselves. Like when you first started double digit coaching, like hands up, did anyone find it hard to say nice things about themselves? Or like three things they liked about themselves, and things like that? 100%, it's hard, right? So to be actually kind to self, it takes compassion, and it also, of course, takes compassion, but it takes discipline. And binge eating comes down to losing power and trust. That all of a sudden you don't trust yourself, and then you lose power, you get overwhelmed, and then eat. Okay. So the more we back ourselves and we trust ourselves and we do the self compassion work, this gets a lot easier. Okay. And a lot of people get like imposter syndrome, right? They feel like they don't deserve the results. I remember like a few clients talking about that, and it's about changing that language, right? And reframing it, writing, you can write it down, you can make yeah, even write it down is probably the best thing, to write down all the reasons why you deserve the success. Well, I've tracked for X amount of days, I've ate the food that I said I would do for these type of days. Ever And once you do that, then your subconscious mind is always listening. And yeah, and it's just to remind yourself of all of the things that you've been through. And if you feel like you're struggling, or if you feel like you're having a bad day, just look back on how far you've came and everything that you've overcame to this point. A lot of ladies, when they come to me, they can say, I gave up so many times, blah blah blah. Here we go again. And then I'm like, wait, if you look in your life, you've achieved so many things within your life. Like you've got a cool job. Some of the ladies have really cool jobs and they've done awesome with their careers. Some have amazing families. Some have amazing relationships with either like a significant other or friends. And if you look at everything that you've achieved, then you can definitely lose weight. Or some have like lost already a significant amount of weight and they just struggle to see it. And so half the battle is just seeing it, okay? And just like checking in with your feelings, like how am I feeling today? Like what are my thoughts? Like how am I going with this? And once you check in with yourself, then it becomes a lot easier. One of the biggest superpowers I've had is being having conversations with myself and checking in like on how am I feeling, how am I going, what can I do better, and just being kind to myself, okay? um, and once you do that, then it becomes a lot easier. And the things that don't work is blame, shame, and being scared. Like diets don't work. Common sense always wins in the end. It's like, for example, yesterday I had a donut. I had a raspberry donut and there's a cheesecake one, freaking amazing. Um, and then I checked, and then I'm 10 kilos down from when I started my journey. And so it's about creating a good relationship with food and not demonizing it. As soon as we demonize food, that is just as unhealthy as some it's just unhealthy demonizing food. And as soon as we do that, that's when like the relationship starts to unwind. Like food is food, okay? I understand if you got like underlying health concerns, maybe you have to be a little bit careful, but if you don't, then food is just energy, right? We just need enough calories for us to function and to lose a little bit of weight if we want to lose weight, which a lot of us do. And we just need to make sure we get enough protein, a little bit of fats and carbs, and then we're going to be okay, right? But just don't put these restrictions and these ridiculous expectations on ourselves. And yeah, Rome wasn't built in a week, okay? So yeah, that's today's call. Nice, short and simple, but I feel like it was powerful. So what we'll do is that we'll just go around and we'll do a couple of sharings. So we'll just do one takeaway each, okay? So Fiona, what was one takeaway that you got from the call?
Um, Basically to be kind to myself because I haven't.
Yeah.
Um, I know I come to the realization the other day that I never used to see. I've never taken photos of myself. I'm always avoiding the camera because I hate the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when you strip down to nothing, because I watch that occasionally, I watch that naked dating program on TV,
Uh-huh.
and it's quite a laugh. And you realize that everyone's different, and there's always someone that doesn't like something about themselves, but other people don't see you that way.
Yeah.
And I realized when I was looking in the mirror the other day, because I always avoid the mirror even, and you notice your body's changing and you got some curves coming back, the calves are getting thinner, and you think, well, you're not that bad.
Mm. Yes.
So it is changing. I'm getting there.
That's good. Perfect. Proud of you. That's exactly what we want. Very good. Thank you for sharing. And let's go, Jesse.
For me, it's the being able to see it
Mm-hmm.
because I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not till I see like some of your reels and that pop up, and I see that my progress photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when I see it. But I look in the mirror and I still see 150 kilos.
Yeah. Mm. Mm.
Yeah. And even though I know I'm not 150 kilo anymore, and I'm not even wearing the same clothes, I've gone
Yeah.
from a 26 to a 14.
Mm.
Um, I still feel 150 kilo.
Mm, mm,
and it's really hard.
yeah.
I find it, because I don't feel any different. I
Mhm,
mean, I feel it's easier to move and I can do a lot more than I could,
mhm.
but I don't, I still get a shock sometimes. Like I avoid cameras and mirrors and
Yeah. I think, yeah.
yeah. And when I do see it, it's like, well, that's gone and that's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still feel, and I still find myself saying the same things,
Mhm, mhm.
like I make the beep beep noise when I'm backing up,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, well, maybe like a good idea is to get some photos and then put them up on like your mirror or something, so you can kind of
Mm.
see and like then you can recognize it more, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the visual. Hmm. But I think it
Yeah,
just,
because it's just like, yeah, just every now and then it's like, oh, wow,
yeah, yeah. It's an
you
epic.
know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's weird because I still have a lot of the same stories in my head.
Hmm. Yeah. And so you have to catch yourself like with those stories. Be like, oh, like I feel like I'm 150, or I feel like I don't look different. You have to be like, no, Jesse, you have a lot of evidence that you are different. You
Well,
know?
it's other people catch me,
Yeah.
Mm.
because I'll say things like, you seen the size of me, mate? I'll sit on you.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
easy, do it.
Yeah. Yeah. All good.
So
All
yeah, I've just got to work on that, work
good.
on recognizing
Mm-hmm.
how far I've come.
100%, Jesse, 100%. And you'll get there. You'll get there, of
Yeah,
course. I mean, far out. If you can lose 60 kilos, you can do anything, Jesse.
hopefully. I've
Oh,
still got a way to go, but yeah, it's just reminding myself that I have come that far
yeah. Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah.
not stressing on like at the moment on um like sorry, I've forgotten her name. Sandy was
Yeah.
saying about the monthlies and stuff.
Yeah. Mhm.
My weight goes up like 4 kilo,
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and then I kind of get that nasty talk on
Yeah.
to myself. And
Hmm.
I've just got to realize that, not to stress at the moment. Carving's about to hit and things will melt off without me trying.
Yeah. 100%. We'll get there.
It's just getting there, but it's only a week or two away now. So,
And then boom, the shred mode.
yeah, we're expecting calves any day.
Ah.
And with this weather, I wouldn't be surprised if I get back to work tomorrow and they're all spitting them out.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Thank you for sharing, Jesse. And we'll do one more. Let's go, Karen.
Definitely to be kind to yourself. I agree with both what Jessie and Fiona have said.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like with me going out the other day and seeing my girlfriend who I've known for 36 years.
Yeah.
And so she's been with me through my ups and downs and my surgeries and everything. So, and but just accepting that, yeah, hey, just to be kind to yourself and know that you are losing weight
Mm.
and you are looking good.
Mm.
And I think that's really one of the most important things is realizing, hey, people notice
Yes.
and that I think that is just such a motivator in itself.
Yes. 100%. 100%. Yes. Huge motivator. And you're just being kind to yourself. And yeah, if people are noticing, then, take that as good feedback to keep on going. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. Very good. Very good. Thank you for sharing, Karen. And yeah, thank you for everyone for being on the call. Let's keep on crushing our goals. And I'll see you all on Tuesday next week. Have a great weekend, and if you need anything, I'm just a message away.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. See ya.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone. Good luck.